here today to talk to you about 6 methods of drawing. And the purpose of this video is really to get you to the point where you can start painting. I'm not going to show you the anatomy of how to draw. I'm not going to show you a lot of techniques for drawing. I'm here to get you to the point where you have a great foundation to start that painting. So if you're ready, let's sit back, relax, and I'm going to show you these methods now. So the first method is really to draw it. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this, show you some pros and cons of drawing the square method and triangle method. So the pros of actually drawing is you really start to learn the subject matter. It can be very relaxing and you can draw anywhere, anytime. All you need is a pencil, pen, and an eraser, and a piece of paper. Great. The cons of it is it does take a while to master the skill. As a matter of fact, I personally don't believe anyone will truly master the skill. But the great thing about it is something that you can carry with you all throughout your life. The other con is that painting is more about the shapes. And so it's not about the details at this point. When you get into drawing, you're more focused on the details. We're talking about sketching. Okay, we're going to draw in the details later with our paintbrush. The next method is the square method. And this is something that a lot of people are pretty familiar with. You've probably seen some sketches of Da Vinci using this. It actually is a very useful tool, and this is one that I do use as well. The square method, it speeds up the drawing process, it gives you greater accuracy. And the nice thing is there are grid apps, so you can have it like I do here on my iPad, and you can do it on your paper. And I'll even include in this video a Photoshop template so you can overlay it onto your image if you would like to. Some cons behind it, depending on the size of your painting, it can get a little bit confusing. So if you got like a 24 by 36 and you're gridding out every ½ inch, you're really going to have to map it pretty well to ensure that the drawing matches the painting. Okay, the other con behind this, in my opinion, is like say you had an 8 by 10 picture and you want to do an 18 by 24 painting. The ratios don't equate, so you're going to have to do some math in order to figure out how many inches you have to grid out on your 18 by 24 versus the 8 by 12. The 8 by 10. So in this example, I have a little chick on my iPad and I put the grid 6 by 6 because it's a 6 by 6 image. So it's creating a grid every inch. That's an easy relay over to my panel where I'm going to grid it out every inch. So this next method is called the triangle method. This is my go-to method. The pros of this, much like the grid method, is it does speed up the drawing process. It has greater accuracy, and what I really love about it is I can take a section and further break it down. So in the example that I have here, you can see I have a grid, a triangle grid within a triangle grid, so I can really make sure that those lines for the eyes really line up. And this as well, I have created a Photoshop template that I'll include in this video. The cons, just like the previous grid method, is it can get a little bit confusing if you have a grid within a grid within a grid. So you just have to be careful and kind of pay attention. So I hope you like the first 3 methods of drawing so that you can get to a painting much more quickly. Now the next 3 methods are a little bit more sensitive. They've been done by artists for centuries, but it's not something that 1, an artist might admit, or 2, that they want you to know. Because it might seem like they're cheating, but the reality is it's not cheating. It's just using technology and science so that they can get to a good foundation that they may paint on.